Why always discounting in your business may actually be killing your business. So today that's what we're going to talk about. How oftentimes we're thinking, hey, I'm going to run some sales or discount in my business in order for me to bring some more revenue, some more sales, some people through the door. While that may sound like a great idea, today I'm going to talk about some of the things that you have to keep in mind when you are constantly running discount and how that could actually lead to your demise. So that's what we'll talk about today. My name is Anne Jean Pierre. I am host of the Godly Business Podcast, where we discuss sales fundamentals and biblical principles. And then I am coach with Better Saleswoman. And we teach everything sales related. I help new entrepreneur women learn how to master the sales conversation. So that's what this channel is about. If you find this interested and like to learn more and want to find out more everything sales, you are in the right place. Please don't forget to subscribe. All right, so we're going to dive right into the subject. So the subject we're talking about today, like I said, is why discounting in your business may be the reason why your business may be failing. So I'm just turning off my alarm before it starts ringing. So why doing heavy discount all the time may be killing your business. So I was recently on a live with Pretty Posh Bra Bar, right, with Danielle Johnson, where we were just talking everything sales. And one of the things that was brought up was whether or not doing discounts all the time, running sales, if you will, all the time in your business may not be the best way to go about it. And I wanted to discuss why that may actually be doing a lot more damage to your business than you think. So we're going to go right into that. So now I am approaching it not from the standpoint of like, yes, if you are running sales that you may be getting less revenue, right? Because you get into discount. I'm not talking about it from that perspective. I'm talking about if you are a business that constantly run discounts, different sales throughout the year, and that is an expectation from now your customer base, how this may end up leading to your demise. So the first thing is you have to keep in mind that when you do that consistently, it brings down the value of your business because now it brings it to what her and I discussed as the Jesse Penny mentality, right? Because you always running a sale, people come to expect that you will run a sale. So therefore, what you end up doing is you end up attracting a certain demographic of people that expect you to have the sale and therefore will not purchase unless you having a sale, right? So unfortunately, I'm one of those people. I love a good deal, right? I love a sell. So if you have been running your company with the mindset of constantly having to sell, what happens is certain demographic of people, which is me, will just be like, hey, I'm just going to wait until she runs another sale and purchase the product, especially if it's not something that I am in dire need of. That's something that is just, that I need right now, right? So that's what you tend to run into, is that, and then you start losing the value of what that product is, what that service is, because people are expecting a lower price. They are expecting that maybe this, especially if you run it a lot, people then may see it as, okay, it's not as good of a product because no one is buying it. So therefore you're always having to sell. Or the service, you may not be getting as many people on your door. So it's not as valuable. So that's why you're running a sale, right? So if you are constantly running sales, people are not going to see it as something that's valuable and as something that I need to pay more for, right? And also, like I said, you create the type of expectation and the demographic, and now you are calling out those type of customers who are only wanting to buy when you have a discount. And the unfortunate thing is, if you have gotten them accustomed to always having discounts and now all of a sudden you no longer having discount, what will happen is they will start trying to find other places to go in order for them to get the discount that they have become accustomed to from you. So these are some of the pitfall of constantly running discounts and sales that you run to. The other thing that may be harmful to your business when you're constantly running sales is, let's say now you want to introduce a new product or a new service, and now you are introducing it at a new price point that may be a little bit higher than what your market is used to from you because you're always running discount. Now they may not be as willing to purchase at that price point because now they see you as, this at this level, right? And now you're trying to reintroduce something at a higher level. They may not see the value in it because you've gotten them so accustomed to something much lower, if that makes sense. So with that being said, those are 3 reasons why you may not want to constantly be running sales and discount, because you lower your value. Now you have created a demographic that expect that low price point from you. And then now it's going to be difficult for you to introduce new products at a higher price point. So now that you understand from my perspective why I don't think you should be running discounts all the time, does that mean you shouldn't run discount at all? Of course not. So we're going to talk about sometimes why it's a good idea to run discounts and how to approach your discounting, right? How to do it in a way that you are not damaging your brand, if you will, by running discount. So the first thing is, don't run discounts all the time, right? That's obvious based on what we're talking about. The best thing is to not run discounts all the time because it's not good for your brand, right? The other thing is, people tend to think, hey, I'm going to run a discount around the holidays. So this may make sense and it may not make sense depending on the business that you're in, right? So on the live with Pretty and Posh Bra Bar with Danielle Johnson, what we talked about is we use her business as an example, which is a beauty business specializing in eyebrows more specifically, right? And we talked about how while some people may think, okay, for the holidays, I'm going to run a sale on eyebrows for Mother's Days or Christmas or, any of the special occasions. It may not make sense in her business to do that. Why? Because people are already getting their eyebrows done anyways during the holidays for the special events. So why would then, at the time where people are already willing to buy, already willing to pay the full price, would you run an ad? Would you run a sale? Why would you run a sale and discount around that time when people are already looking for your services? So it may not make sense for you to run that at that time. So you have to look at, even though, yes, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, the holidays is a great time to run sales, it may not for your business. So that's something that I see a lot is with coaches, consultant, and new entrepreneurs, especially in the product sector, not so much service, but service too, is to try to run a discount because it's a holiday. It may not make any sense because people are already willing to purchase. Now, one thing you can do is to run a discount or sales, right, at the end of the holiday. Again, this will depend on your business and service or product that you sell at the end of the holidays. For a couple reasons, right? So if at the end of the holidays you have surplus product and you are trying to, that you're going to be launching new products and you're trying to reduce your inventory to make space for the new products. And you see this all the time with big brand companies, right? They run a sale after the holiday to get rid of their products. So in those cases, yes, it may make sense for you at that time to run a sale, a discount, in order for you to get those, products out the door. So that's one of the times where I think, yes, running the sales around the holidays makes sense. But just because it's a holiday doesn't necessarily mean that you should run a sales. It may not make sense, right? So that's one. The other thing is when you are running a sales, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Keep that in mind. What is it that you are trying to accomplish in the sales or discount that you are running, right? Is it that you're trying to attract a new demographic of people that have never heard of your business before, that may have thought, okay, this price point may be a little too high, so I kind of like want to introduce them to the product, and I'm doing something. So think of it from this perspective, right? So let's say you have a new package, a new service, a new product that you are introducing. You could do an introductory price, right? An early bird special. That's different in the fact that it tells people right in the name that this is a new product and this is something that is temporary at this price point. I'm giving you an opportunity to join in at that price point, and after which the price will change. So, what does that do? It allows people who may have been curious to join your service, to get your service or to try out your products, but it was a little bit too high in their out of their budget. This allows them an opportunity to jump in and be part of that program or service in order for them to, get it what it is that they're looking for. So now it allows you to get a brand new set of customers that in the market that you didn't have before, right? But it also lets them know, hey, this is not my usual price. My usual price is a little bit higher. This also helps if your purpose is to get more reviews, right? So this is a new product, this is a new service. So you are trying to get people in so you can get reviews, which helps to build your credibility. Or if you are trying to get feedback, right? So if you're doing a course or something like that where you're trying something new, you don't have the reviews, so you're trying something new in order to get the reviews and the feedback so that the next time you launch you have a bit more credibility. You can revamp things and make it more robust based on the feedback that you got, so that the next time you launch you could be at an even higher price point, right? So that makes sense in order for you to discount with those early bird specials and those introduction prices, right? So at those times it totally makes sense to run discounts. So keep those things in mind when you are wanting, thinking about, doing discounts. Think about what the purpose is, because if your purpose is, hey, I want to get more people in the door, discounting may not be the way to do it, right? Find a different way in order maybe to collaborate, do different stuff to get people in the door, but not necessarily discounting your price, because then you may run into the pitfall or of devaluing your product. Now, the other thing I want to bring up is the be careful not to, because we all hear about brand, right? And brand is how other people perceive you in the market. So you definitely want to protect your brand. Now, there's a difference between affordability and being cheap, right? So while your product or service may be affordable, and keep in mind, affordability is contingent on the person, right? What I call affordable, someone else may not find that to be affordable, right? So keeping those things in mind, but approaching something that's, if you want to portray yourself as a brand that is affordable, you still don't want it to be perceived as being cheap, right? So here's the thing: you and your competitor may be selling almost the exact same thing, right? And this at the exact same price point. But your competitor, if they're consistently doing sales and discount and things like that, while it may seem like, oh my gosh, they're always doing the discount and they may be getting sales, the thing is, on the long run, they may be lowering their value to the market, whereas you're not doing discounts all the time, may be perceived as having a higher quality product and a stronger brand because you're not constantly doing discounts, right? So you have to keep that in mind. You can always do different things. Like I said, you could do collaborations, bring new flavor of the season, new whatever, in order for you to bring customers in and keep things interesting without necessarily always having to go to pricing. Pricing is not always the only thing that gets people to buy, and that's something that I really stress a lot when you are pitching your product or service. Do not focus so much on the pricing. Focus on value. Again, what I find valuable and what willing to spend on, someone else may not find valuable and willing to spend on, right? So stick to your customer base, stick to your line, right? Your people will be your people. Do not stress about it so much. I always bring this up when it comes to pricing. There are three types of people. You have the people that no matter what it is, it doesn't matter what it is, they want the cheapest thing. They want the lowest price, period, right? And then you have the people who are the luxury type of mindset, right? They want the highest, the best, and to them that means a higher price point, even though sometimes it's not, right? But they want the higher package always. And then you have the most of us who are somewhere in the middle. We don't necessarily want to have the cheapest thing, and we don't necessarily want to have the highest price all the time, right? So this is why I say just stick to your lane. Just remembering what it is that you offer to the marketplace, and do not just start discounting just be as a way of getting sales, because that can on the back end be more hindrance to your business than what you think. So that's everything I wanted to bring up to you guys today. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know what you think. Is that something that you do in your business? And if so, how do you think you can pivot from doing that, finding other ways that you can bring people into your store without necessarily having to discount? So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to share with you guys today. Again, if you find this valuable, click the like button, subscribe. So yeah, so hopefully you found this helpful and that you will use some of those tips and advice as to why you shouldn't be running discounts all the time in your business, and risk damaging your business brand, and also risk losing money and leaving money on the table, right? So now, if you are interested in learning more about sales, specifically the sales calls, how to go from picking up the phone, saying hello, all the way to the end and asking for the sale, or even if you don't do sales calls and want to learn how to have a sales conversation, period. If you are interested, I will be launching a success sales call challenge. Is going to be a 5-day challenge where I'll walk you through how to master the sales conversation pretty much from beginning to end, how to go through a sales call from beginning to end, what questions to ask, how to overcome objections, how to introduce the money conversation without you freaking out or feeling awkward, and pretty much how to present and close on your product or service that you are selling. So if you are interested in learning how to close and get more clients, this 5-day challenge sales call is gonna be for you, and it will launch on October 21st that week. So I will place the link in the description box, and you can click and get on the waiting list. We will have all the information by the beginning of September, so you can learn all about our early bird special that you can join in at that price point, and then we'll give you all the information and things like that. So if you are interested, make sure to click the link below and join us on our 5-day sales call success challenge. All right, well, thank you so much again for taking the time to watch this video and be here with us. As always, if you have questions, concerns, comments, leave them below. Let me know what it is are some of the challenges that you are dealing with in your business when it comes to pricing. Is that something that is challenging for you, trying to figure out the price points? And if there's enough people that leave comments and would like to learn about that, I may do a video about it. So let me know in the comments if you have more questions around pricing and things like that. So that's it for me, guys. As always, remember that God got your back. All you have to do is ask Him. He will guide you, counsel you, and teach you in the way that you should go. And you guys have an amazing week. I will talk to you guys next week.